So I've got kind of a weird news story that I feel like I needed to just get a video out and get out there as quickly as possible. If you are thinking about purchasing Cyberpunk 2077 and you suffer from any sort of photosensitivity, be it epilepsy, which could allow you to have something like a seizure when seeing flashing or strobing lights, or something more maybe basic or something maybe less severe would be the better way to put it. Just like some general photosensitivity. You don't enjoy flashing lights. Perhaps you're on the autism spectrum or something like this, and those sorts of things are very bothersome to you. This is something you should be very much aware of. Cyberpunk 2077 apparently not just has some strobing lights, apparently they're quite egregious, and they have actually caused at least one seizure in at least one journalist at GameInformer.com, which I'm going to take us to that article right now, and we're going to talk about it because it's actually kind of shocking to me. So this is by Leanna Rupert, who is associate editor at Game Informer. And she begins her article talking about how more and more attention is being given in the gaming space to accessibility. Not everybody is the same. Some people are disabled in many different ways, and you know, these people still want to be able to play video games. So there's been a lot of progress made there, and this is something that, you know, maybe people with epilepsy or people that are photosensitive have not seen maybe as much progress as maybe we would like to see. She talks about here, a common trigger for epileptics in media are rapidly blinking lights, specifically red and white blinking, flashing lights. She talks about how she can no longer play something like Dead Space due to an injury that happened in the past that caused this epilepsy to occur. This paragraph here is super troubling. She says, during my time with Cyberpunk 2077, I suffered one major seizure and felt several moments where I was close to another one. I kept going because I made the decision to, and I feel like that decision helped me sort of slap together a small little guide for players wanting to take part in this game for fear of missing out. Man, oh man, you have to choose between fear of missing out or having a seizure if you have epilepsy or photosensitivity. Not great. Due to the game's nature of interfacing, there's a lot of red glitching animations seen throughout the game's progression. My monitor has an eye-saving mode that dims the blue light on my screen that I often use to help with things like this, and that has helped immensely. It's a really good tip, actually. She says, during my time with Night City, there were moments when walking into clubs and bars that were immediate, quote, danger zones for epileptics. So this, I think, is the part that really kind of shocked me. She talks about brain dances. It's something that CD Projekt Red was talking about as a feature for a while now, and it's an intricate part of the story from start to finish. It allows players to interface with memories, often of the deceased, by plugging into a mainframe and diving in. She goes on to say, when suiting up for a brain dance, the character you play as will be given a headset that is meant to, onset the instance. She says the headset fits over both eyes and features a rapid onslaught of white and red blinking LEDs, much like the actual device neurologists use in real life to trigger seizures when they need to trigger one for diagnostic purposes. She says if it wasn't modeled directly after this thing in real life, it's a pretty spot-on version of it by coincidence. That's a really weird one to me, that they literally have a device in the game that basically simulates what it's like to use a device that triggers seizures in people. Obviously, CD Projekt Red has something that they need to fix here. So they've actually tweeted in the last couple of hours that they are working on adding a separate warning in the game, aside from the one that exists in the EULA, regarding a more permanent solution they're working on exploring and implementing as soon as possible. So there is a warning about strobing lights in the EULA, but that doesn't occur in the game. That's not something that you're going to see unless you look for it. So talking about adding something before the game starts to warn people, and that's good. It's a good place to start, but yes, they do need to do something to actually solve the problem for people. We need more accessibility options for people like this, people that have epilepsy. What a great article here written on Game Informer by Leanna Rupert. Man, awesome to get that stuff out there. I'm going to try, this is my attempt here, to amplify the signal on that one and pass this around as best we can. So like I said, if you're looking forward to Cyberpunk and you fit into this demographic here, be very much aware of what you're looking at. Be careful. That's all I've got on this one, guys. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. If you enjoy my content, please consider becoming a Scary If Literal member. You'll get access to a whole bunch of emoticons to use with live streams and a shout out on an upcoming video. Thanks as always for your continued support.